Today's video was about food chains with their own video games. Let's get into the video. Cheetos, a snack we're all familiar with, developed by Charles Elmer Doolin in 1948. This subsidiary of Frito-Lay has been a favorite of every neighborhood that I have lived in. Chester Cheetah, a hyperactive cheetah, has been the mascot for the company since 1985. Canico developed a video game called Chester Cheetah's Too Cool to Fool in 1992. This game was heavily based on platforming and side-scroll mechanics. On each level, there's a hidden scooter part in the game. Chester can dash and stun enemies by jumping on their heads. Chester Cheetah's Wild Wild Crest, developed by Canico a year later, would be the sequel to the initial game. In both versions, you collect puffballs for life, and also in the new version, you can ride motorcycles. If you get hit without any puffs, you die. Canico as a company is most known for its beat-em-up B-Rap boys. Hey! So the next time you pick up a bag of Cheetos, know that Chester was featured in a pretty cool game.
I'll do anything to test new Cheetos. Go Snacks. Dangerously cheesy.
Burger King was started in 1953 in Jacksonville, Florida. Burger King's initial name was Insta Burger King before it hit financial issues and was renamed. But did you know that the Whopper was actually featured in a video game? That's right. Whopper Chase was developed in 1987 for the Commodore 64. And for those of you who may not know, the Commodore 64 is a home-based computer. The game was made on a cassette tape, which was cheaper and common at that time. The Burger King mantra, "Have it your way," was developed in the 1970s and was popularized through many commercials and advertisements. Let's make it special. And that's exactly what they did, developing 3 more games featuring their mascot, Big King. These games were sold with the value meals. Big Bumpin' was basically a bumper car game in which you could play with many obstacle courses. Pocket Bike Racer was $3.99 additional with any meal and was a racing game developed by Blitz for the Xbox and Xbox 360. By the way, did you know Burger King's had salad bars? Anyway, all 3 of these games were developed, and Sneak King's objective was to sneak up on customers who were hungry and deliver food to them, sort of like an old school DoorDash. Be on the lookout for these 3 titles by Blitz, but make sure Mr. T approves.
Okay, fool, it's good. I'll let you live.
7-Up was developed by Charles Grigg in 1920 out of St. Louis. This lemon lime soda was patented as medicine in the 20s.
7-Up is light and refreshing, crisp and clean, and no caffeine.
Cool Spot was a mascot invented to compete with the likes of Chester Cheetah and Yo Noid. Virgin Games developed Cool Spot in 1993 as a side-scrolling platformer that provided much entertainment for its audiences. The game was developed for popular platforms at the time such as Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and Game Boy, with each having its own unique experience. With the success of the game, a sequel will come out 2 years later. This game was much different as it has an isometric view and gives the image an impression of a 3D environment. With companies like Virgin behind this game, they were destined for success.
Never had it? Never will. Now don't you feel good about 7-Up?
If 7-Up wasn't your drink of choice, then any packet of Kool-Aid could turn sugar and water into magical goodness. This flavored drink mix was developed by Kraft Heinz in 1927, a creation out of Chicago, Illinois that easily became a family favorite. Kool-Aid Man became a well-known mascot and featured in its very own game for Intellivision and Atari 2600. The 2600 version of the game was very different in its play mechanic and styling. Both games came out in 1983 and were developed by Mattel. Kool-Aid's marketing was centered around multiple flavors and family fun. To get your hands on this game, you would have to redeem 125 purchase points and submit them to the Kool-Aid company. During the 80s, 9 packs of Kool-Aid was actually 99 cents, so the game initially cost $12.50. Yes, that would mean you would have to drink 125 packs of Kool-Aid to receive this precious gem. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Huh?
After drinking all that 7-Up and Kool-Aid, you may end up pre-diabetic. But luckily for you, Novolin by Novo Nordisk, developed in 1923, has been producing insulin and also created its own video game. In 1992, Captain Novolin was developed by Sculptured Software. This educational video game featured a main hero that was type 1 diabetic. This game's main purpose was to bring awareness to diabetes and how and when to operate when being diabetic, what foods to eat and what foods not to eat. This game is included in a series of other games such as Rex Ronin, Packy and Marlin, and Bronchi the Bronchiosaurus.
Introducing new Frosted Mini Chex, the mini cereal that's frosted inside and out.
The cereal that America has loved since the 1950s, Chex, manufactured in St. Louis, Missouri, has been a family favorite as a cereal or dry snack. But did you know that Chex also had his own superhero? That's right. The planet Boinks is traversed by the hero Chex Warrior.
Now that's a nice looking ship. Almost as nice as mine.
The game was developed for computers that could run MS-DOS, and gameplay mechanics were based off of the Doom engine. A remaster of the game was made in 2019. Next time you pick up a bowl of Chex, think about Chex Quest. Domino's Pizza was founded by CEO Russell Weiner in 1960. This Arbor, Michigan pizza company is a family favorite. In 2018, Domino's Pizza was inducted into the Queensland Business Leaders Hall of Fame. The Noid was a character created by Domino's Pizza, which was a humanoid rabbit mix. The Noid was a physical manifestation of all the challenges inherent in getting pizza delivered in 30 minutes or less, and thus the inception of Yo Noid, a Nintendo Entertainment System game based off of the mascot. This game, developed by Capcom in 1990, highlights the characteristics of this lovable Domino's Pizza mascot. This game bears all the stability of classic NES Capcom games. Pick this one up with a slice of Domino's.
Basil, parsley, and garlic baked right into the dough, then sprinkled with Romano cheese all around the crust. Call and get a large one topping, just $9.99.
Domino's, hot wow now.
It's no secret that this clown of combos is a favorite amongst McDonald's fans. The concept of adding toys to Happy Meals started in 1979. McDonald's has been bearing its golden arches since the 1940s in San Bernardino, California, but they also developed the MC Kids. With the popularization of the Nintendo Entertainment System, it only made sense for McDonald's to advertise the McDonald Land and also MC Kids. The game stars two children named Mac and Mick who venture into the fantasy world of McDonald Land in order to return to Ronald McDonald's magical bag has been stolen by the Hamburglar. A year after, Treasure Land Adventure was made for the Sega Genesis. Global Gladiators is a spiritual successor to MC Kids. Mac and Mick are older now.
Virgin.
Are you ready? Yeah.
McDonald's Magical World was created for the Game Gear in 1994 by Treasure. The Donald Land was developed by Data East in 1998 for the Super Famicom. McDonald's also developed a Flash game called the McDonald's Video Game in 2006.
England show, ooh, dinner out of sight. Yeah, the night time is golden light time. Big Dipper at McDonald's. Showtime, it's night tonight.
Guys, I hope you learned something new in this video. If you like this video, definitely subscribe to the channel so you get more videos like this. Thumbs it up, and guess what? I'll see you on the next video. Peace.